And Metro Globe's Krishna Sam spoke with the Deputy Minister of Trade from Finland's Ministry of Foreign Affairs to dig further on the scale of Finland's cooperations on the development of Nusantara.
The development of Indonesia's new capital city, Nusantara, has begun and is continuously ongoing, but cooperations are needed. Now, one of those cooperations is between Finland and Indonesia. Finland, of course, is experienced with developing smart and green cities. Now, a business delegation along with government delegation have come to Indonesia to discuss further about those cooperations with Indonesia on development of Nusantara. And now I'm joined by the Deputy Minister of International Trade at the Ministry for Foreign Affairs of Finland, Her Excellency Ms. Nina Faskunlahti. Deputy Minister, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you for inviting me to the program. Happy to be here.
And welcome to Indonesia. Please tell us more about your visit here to Indonesia. What is the purpose and what do you hope to accomplish, Deputy Minister?
What we hope to accomplish is cooperation between Finnish companies and Indonesian companies. We know that Indonesia is in the process of very rapid urbanization, and urbanization means that the sort of digital solutions, efficient solutions, green solutions are needed in order to make cities, nice places for people to live. And we are also interested in the Nusantara new capital project that is now underway in Indonesia, and we are looking for collaboration opportunities in that big project as well. And all in all, boost trade, boost collaboration, and highlight Finnish solutions for our Indonesian partners.
Okay, great. Now, I want to focus on Indonesia's new capital city, Nusantara. As I understand, you are accompanied by a business delegation here from Finland. So what kind of cooperations are we looking at between the business delegation from Finland in regards to Indonesia's development of its new capital city?
I have 10 Finnish companies with me, and they are representing, for instance, energy sector, renewable energy, clean technologies, digitalization, simplification of flow, meaning elevators. What else? These are the major fields that.
Okay. So, are we looking at investments, or is it just merely sort of knowledge sharing and cooperation?
I would say that at this point of time, we are looking for collaboration, but very eager to show how we have solved some of these issues in Finland. And we are also looking for local partners with whom we can collaborate. Be it, for instance, there's a company who has ideas how to digitally solve transport issues, and they're looking for a local partner to do that with. We have a company who has the state-of-art technology in energy efficiency. And by the way, they already have an investment here, and now they are looking for possibilities maybe for a new investment. And then
is this investment for the new capital city, or is this
there's an already existing investment in I think it's in the island of let me see, I can't remember which island. You have so many islands, but anyway, it's here, and maybe in due course. But I mean, the investments, of course, depend that the investment climate is predictable and there's a level playing field, be it Indonesian companies or Finnish companies. But at this point of time, I would say that we are concentrating on looking for partners, knowledge sharing, piloting. The new capital project is an enormous project, and I think it needs a lot of preparation, and we are in that phase at the moment.
Right, and of course, Indonesia's new capital city, Nusantara, developments and constructions have already begun. But Finland itself is very renowned for its smart cities. It started in 2014, if I'm not wrong. Now,
maybe even earlier.
Sure, right. And from what you've seen so far from Indonesia's new capital city, its concepts, smart city, green city concept. What is your perspective on the Nusantara sort of those concepts?
Well, we think it's quite a fantastic concept, and because when you are building something from the scratch, you can really make it green, sustainable, efficient, and citizen friendly. And what we can offer, for instance, as an example, you know, when we planned, let's say we don't have new planned cities in Finland, but we have sort of making our existing cities sort of smart. For instance, there is a company that can build a digital twin of the city. So digitally, you create, for instance, the transport network, and you see how the people flow is going digitally. And for instance, you make, okay, if I make a road here or street there, how would that, what kind of impact would that have on public transport or private transport or cyclists or whatever? So you can sort of have a trial and error on the computer before you start doing that in real life. And that, I think, is very interesting, you know, concept to have. And excuse me, and that we have tried already in a couple of Finnish cities. And then, for instance, there is a company in Finland who has based the phasing of street lighting on IoT, Internet of Things, in the city of Tampere. So depending on the weather, you know, it's not only so that the street lights would be on from 6 o'clock in the evening until 6 o'clock in the morning, but it depends if it's a hazy day or bright day or rainy day. So then the lights either dim or get brighter automatically. So these kind of solutions, which are sort of you know, user-friendly and environment-friendly.
So are these ideas that you've already pitched to the Indonesian government and sort of received a response?
Yes, yes. No, we are now in the process of pitching them to the Indonesian government, and I think we're getting some positive noises. So we're feeling quite optimistic. And I think there's one Finnish company that is already involved in some, I think it's the Presidential Palace project in Nusantara. And they have some little slices that they have been able to win in the tender. So we have a, let's say, foot, you know, through the door already.
So, Deputy Minister, are there any concerns that Finland have regarding their cooperation with Indonesia on Nusantara?
Well, I wouldn't say that there aren't any big concerns, but there is one concern, and we have been discussing that today, and that's the issue of local content. Because Indonesia has a fairly stringent requirement for a local content. You know, investor wants to invest here, and then a certain percentage you know, has to be procured locally, or be it raw material, be it production. And maybe if there's a Finnish company X, what they want to do, and maybe they're sort of missing 1 or 2 or 3 critical, you know, components in order to have their final product. And then Indonesia is saying, hey, you need to find this component in Indonesia, and then we cannot find it, and that can be an impediment for the investment. Or we have to sort of, you know, or the company has to sort of invent something, you know, as a sort of substitute, and that might be a more expensive outcome than a more expensive product as a result. So that's a bit of a concern, but we had constructive discussions today with the Minister of Industry about the issue, and as I said to the Ministry representatives, I can understand the Indonesian concerns, but I also wanted to bring out ours to the table. And therefore, for instance, it would be very important to have this comprehensive economic partnership agreement, you know, negotiated and signed between European Union and Indonesia, because that would provide level playing field, you know, for be it Finnish companies, you know, be it Indonesian companies.
Just very lastly, I know that you were talking about cooperation in terms of the development of Nusantara, but I just have to ask you regarding the chances of investment from Finland into the development of Indonesia's new capital city. Are the chances high, Deputy Minister?
Well, it's always very difficult to predict, and as I said, and me coming from the side of the government, we always say governments don't really make business. We facilitate. Right. We try to contribute to the enabling environment for business to make business. So we are doing our part, you know, coming here with the business that we trust to show that, hey, these are reliable Finnish enterprises, please talk to them. And then we also then expect that from the Indonesian side, the Indonesian government will do its best to sort of facilitate for business to business, business to meet business, and to make business, and maybe eventually investments. But it's up to the business to decide about the investments. But we try to help.
Right, and you've already made a long trip to Indonesia from Finland, showing sort of this urge to cooperate.
Yes, I think so. It is a pretty long way, but I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a nice pamphlet that I will leave with you. And here you have all the name of the Finnish companies who are here, and this will be the first visit of many.
Okay.
So I'm sure there will be many visits to come, but that also means that we have to work hard in the meantime. You know, be it here or be it back in Finland.
Okay, wonderful, Deputy Minister, Your Excellency Nina Faspunlati. Thank you so much for your time and speaking to us.
Thank you.